the country, the activists, the civil rights, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that a system built to divide, impoverish, and destroy us cannot stand if we do. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics.
If you hear me, could you feel me, could you free me? Wonder if I made a difference or made a difference. Bump that, we are the difference. We ain't got no code to decipher. Brother, I would never call you trife. You my brother, though they knife and fork our meals, then cop the silly feels. Yep, it's slimy, kinda grimy, miscalculated the timing. But you can plagiarize something in disguise and think we have no eyes to see something real as we. This is seriously who we be. See, this here is true indeed, the real deal, thoroughbred, like collard greens and cornbread. Can't recite what's never said, purpose keeps us fed. Real man, this is grand A, hope fed. But still, you are my brother, above you there's no other. Blood or something other, more like what the blood covers. Man, no matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping brothers to break through. Without breaking, without breaking, without breaking, without breaking. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, good people?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
So if this is your first time watching, Brother Empowerment is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an opportunity for us to engage in healthy conversations to help our brothers and their families to break through without breaking. So before we get into our special guest, bro, how was your week?
Man, the week has been one of lots of work. I've been very busy with work, but I've also been very focused, man, on really just getting back in tune with my talents and really nurturing those. And I've also been doing
what talents?
As far as the writing and the dancing and
you been dancing?
Just a little bit. Yep, just Cordell a little bit. It's good. It's good cardio. And also because of Ahmed, I've had to awaken the inner rapper in me. And because
what's your rap name?
It's got to be CG. Got to be. So I can't think of anything else.
So much creativity there.
Yep.
Can't wait to get that album. Did y'all purchase a new CG?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I don't even know what a rap name would be if I had one. So that's why I said that.
Probably be CG.
But yeah, so also I've been doing a whole lot of cooking at home, courtesy of my booski Meshia. We have been cooking a lot at my house because eating out is expensive. And I found out that I spend too much money eating out. So
how much you spend eating out?
Man, I'm not gonna say, but I know one of these months recently, I spent like over $800 eating out.
I like it says you're not gonna say, but ended up saying
not the exact amount, but it was it was a lot.
What is he eating?
But I've cut that down. Everything, Misha, everything. Sushi.
$800?
Yeah, over the course of the month. Yeah. So
dinner's on you next time, baby.
But yeah, so it's been a.
You like these good.
But yeah, it's been a pretty awesome week, man. I've also been thinking about just people that just kind of disappointed me, but also I was courtesy of a conversation with you or many conversations. I figured out, but it came to my I had a light bulb moment that we gotta let people be people, like not just you let them be them, expect them to be them, and then you won't be disappointed. So I had to reevaluate my expectations of people and be like, wait a minute, you're doing a little bit too much. Just expect people to be people and you'll be good. I had to bring that back. So anyways, man, my week was pretty good. How about you?
I see. That was a good week.
Yeah, sorry.
My week wasn't that eventful other than the fact that my baby has hit double digits.
Yeah.
So Lanala turned 18. And she had us going all around the city. She wanted coffee from one place, her birthday cake from another, dinner from another place, and had 2 wardrobe changes.
Just sounds.
I'll be there in a minute.
That's what I'm talking about.
That sounds like something you would do, though.
Not 2 wardrobe changes. Probably would.
I'm about to say, wait a minute now.
I was proud of her.
She's a girl. She's entitled.
I'm actually happy for her. So we had fun, and then we'll have round 2 because the other one, Eveline, will be 12 on Tuesday. So we're gonna be doing it again.
Don't do my thing like that.
That thing, you come get her. You send me RJ. You send me RJ, and then you can have later. You can have Leia and Marissa because they have the attitude. So you can have the attitudes. Your whole house is gonna be full of
that's not even Jay. That is not an even trade-off. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Whatever. But anyway, since our guests don't know how to act right, y'all guests, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Meshia Davis, makeup artist, professional makeup artist, and I have known Jeremy.
Oh,
it's been about about 10 years? It's been 10 years, hasn't it, Jay? She don't keep up.
It's actually it's gonna be 12 years. It's 12 years.
I thought it was 12. But yeah, I have known Jeremy for a very long time.
And she gonna keep
doing
it.
I'm excited to be here with you guys. And I'm excited to be back with Love is a Parable and to have some really good discussions.
Well, good. She's a makeup artist and a pain in my side. She also found a new friend that was going to be on the show today that she found to replace me. Meshia, I put your birth name on there.
No, I would never replace you.
Look at your birth name.
Oh, you're so evil. You are so evil.
Since we're gonna go by government and not
respect, I started it. So since I started it, I gotta take it. You know, if you can't, I have to turn my volume up. You don't need to stay in the kitchen. So I started.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, like Meshia said, she's known me for 12 years. We've been good friends. I even lost a sister-in-law behind her. But we've been good friends, since Leilani was born. Leilani was born in June, and I met Meshia in July. And we've been thick as thieves ever since. She is one of the dopest makeup artists that I know on this side of the planet.
Me too.
And she models, her fashion game came up a whole lot. It wasn't bad before, but she straight New York.
You said it came up?
Well, it was good before, but you taking more chance. Remember, you just did the shortcut and you did stuff that was just safe. Now you taking those risk moves and you pulling together. I'm proud of you, friend.
Thank you, Jay.
I'm proud of you.
I take those compliments. But yeah, Jay and I have a wonderful love-hate relationship. We talk trash to each other. We don't take it personal. We say, we keep it moving and talk to each other the next day like nothing ever happened. And I think that's the wonders of our friendship.
Yeah, that is the dope part about
it. It is. So let's go ahead and highlight who we got on.
So who we have on? We have my booski Rashia. She is on. Hey, what?
Hey,
she called on my hat too. Look, she did this. She twisted it and did it. Look at it.
Jay, you got a whole twist now.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm locking, friend.
I know. I like it.
I got street cred now because of Rashia. Thank you, Rashia. Okay, you can go on.
We got
Chanel. An amazing job.
We got Chanel in the building. What's going on, Chanel?
Hey, Soror.
We got Mama Garnett in the building. What's up, Mama Garnett?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, mother.
We got Ricky, aka The Beard, in the building. What's going on, Ricky, man?
Ricky cussed me out today, but it's okay.
Hey, it's life. We got Shantika in YouTube land holding us down. Wait, now see. Now you switching sides on me. Don't do that. You switching up on me. Don't do that.
See, Rashia's telling the truth.
Petty.
More than $800.
The truth will set you free.
I mean, I already said that it was more than $100, but she had to reiterate it. She had to do all that.
Don't sass her on that. Thank you, Booski.
We got Elijah in the building. What's going on, brother?
Hey, bro.
Man?
Hello.
I'm watching. I don't know what that means.
Hey, Lenora Poor. She's on the building. We got Kenya in the building.
Hey, Kenya.
See, we got Sherry in the building.
Good to know someone.
We got Big A, aka Adrian Ragland, in the building. What's going on, Big A?
Hey, Adrian. Oh,
oh, Mama, you're not supposed to be on Jay's side.
I will put the whole name out there, Mom. I usually do the whole government, but I'm gonna be good today.
Ooh.
Look, Mama.
Oh, so we see where you get your pettiness from. Because I'm being extra petty.
That's me today.
Ricky doubling down on it. Okay.
He cussed me out today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these statistics. Look, Meshia done came on and we forgot what we're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Researchers have found that at least 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or assault, whether in childhood or as adults. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Men top 5 fears: body image, money, height, other men, and being inexperienced. It's funny, me and Meshia talked about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
My crew, the percent of men aged 20 and over with obesity, 40.5. We got to do better, guys. Men die by suicide 3 times more often than women. The peak age is 45 to 49. And then 1 in 71 men have been raped or suffered an attempt in their lifetime. Men receive 63% longer sentences on average than women do. And women are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why you get to cuss people out, Meshia, and nothing happened to you. Let me cuss somebody out. I be locked up and they can't let me out.
I think that because I'm so vocal and people see me, they don't know that I'm vocal, so it catches them off guard. That's what I think it is. What do you think, Jay?
Well, me and Meshia was talking about this. Do you think that looks play a role in what you'll take off of a person?
Yeah.
Like if a person is seemingly less attractive, will you take a cuss out from a less attractive person versus one who is more attractive? What would you do?
I mean, for me, at this point in my life, I would say no. But I know that when I was younger, yeah. And I know that in life in general, that people who are conventionally attractive, they get away with more. They definitely do. It's been proven that they get away with more. Definitely. I mean, you'll hear guys say, "Oh man, she did this and this and that, man." But man, look how fine she is. That's something that men say all the time. They will put up with stuff, especially with someone that they are, quote unquote, chasing after, courting, whatever. They'll put up with a certain amount of stuff more than what they would usually if she's attractive, and won't think twice about it.
Because Mitch used to cuss everybody out at work, and I was like, "How is it that she ain't get rolled up?"
Yeah.
And I look at somebody, and I'm in the office.
And you get rolled up.
Lita came on. She said,
"Hey,
we got
a pregnancy. Hey,
sis.
Lita." That's because I was pregnant and angry.
You was pregnant 2 years later, girl.
Beat me up, man.
You was pregnant 2 years later. What you talking about?
Yeah, it was the pregnancy.
But it was 2 years
It was
later.
the pregnancy. That's all I'm gonna say. It was the pregnancy. Hormones last a long time. A long time. And you know what? We're gonna stick to the subject at hand. So for me, because I'm gonna speak on my behalf, Jay knows me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't taking trash off of nobody. I don't care how good they look.
Mm-hmm.
As quick as you can dish it, I can dish it back out.
Yep.
And he has heard me having you, Jay. And he has seen me in action. So
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. It has nothing to do with looks for me. I just feel like if you're utterly disrespectful to me, then I'm gonna give you how you dish it. Just be prepared to receive it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I mean, like I said,
you guys may see it differently.
Well, I know because of how, to some degree, how a lot of young boys / men are socialized. I mean, we're socialized to take certain stuff from women anyway, just because that's just how women are. That's how girls are. So on top of that, when you find them attractive, or especially when you're younger, and you're like, man, it's kind of like it's like a balance. Like, man, she's super fine. So okay, I'm willing to accept a little bit more or take a little bit more of whatever. Like that's a real like external and internal conversation that boys and men have. Like I said, at this point in my life, no, I'm not. I'm with you, Meshia. At this point, no, I'm not taking nothing from nobody. So I definitely understand that too.
I think a little
Maybe
bit.
it's an age thing.
I definitely think it is.
Huh?
I definitely think it's an age
I
thing.
think a little bit.
I think it's an age thing. I think that as you get
just a little bit.
Yeah, as you get older, I think that you go through life and you go through some experiences and you realize what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. So
yeah,
when I probably used to be not as spoken, I'm way more vocal.
Yeah.
Because I do remember there was a time where I would be very passive.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've gotten older, I realized that doesn't benefit me anything, because what happens is you tend to hold in what you wanted to say, and then you're like a walking time bomb later because you're dishing it out on someone else, all because you just wasn't woman enough or man enough to say it to the person that offended you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's the reverse for me. I think the older I got, the less I felt I needed to address. So you can throw a whole temper tantrum, and I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I'm gonna feel how I have to feel about it. I don't know why I'm that way now. I don't care, but I do like a little tell off. Like I like people tell me off just a little bit, like to see what they got, see what they working with. But that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I used to be.
Hey, we got to get at least one topic done.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought, bro.
I don't know now. You took it away.
That's from the show last week. The man was in middle thought. Cordell like, yeah, can we get at least one topic done?
Not middle thought, for real.
You interrupted like you had something to contribute to that conversation.
Dang, I gotta message Jason and apologize. My bad. No, I'll just say that I had that same issue when I was younger too, Meshia, about being passive, and I was a huge people pleaser when I was younger. Do some things that I had gone through when I was younger, so I would just deal with certain stuff anyway, just to really quote unquote keep the peace or not cause any ruckus. When really, like you said, I wasn't doing myself any favors. I was doing myself a huge disservice, actually, for real. So.
Well, we're gonna jump on into it for real.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would just say, just to kind of touch on what Jay said, certain things I give fuel to, and certain things I don't. Some things I feel like it's just not even worth my energy discussing, and I pick and choose my battles, if that makes sense.
Yep.
If it's worth me kind of standing up for myself, then I'll say it. If it's not, then I just walk away and dismiss you as if you were nobody.
Mama is petty tonight. Miss, she said next topic.
She probably said that while I was talking.
Look, next topic. Okay.
Mama being petty tonight.
She got her energy. She done slept. And probably yep. Women proposing to men and the differences in self-value between white women versus black women. So let's break that up because that's a lot.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on women proposing to men?
I'm not a big fan of that.
You see her disgust to her face.
Because I'm old school. I want the man to court me.
What's your thoughts, bro?
I'm not here for it. I already said what I wanted to say. I'm not here for it. I believe in the man courting the woman.
Like,
yeah, we got you. Your turn, bro.
I'm not here for it.
Yeah, while personally it's not for me, I don't knock anybody for doing what they feel led to do. And if that woman wants that man that bad, she gonna propose to him, then what's the then go ahead. I mean, I think it's kind of silly to say to women, you go after what you want, this and that, but accept that. I think if that's what she feels led to do, then okay. Like I said, it's not for me, but I'm not gonna knock it. You know what I mean? Just because, hey, if you want something done right, I guess you gotta do it yourself. But you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I don't feel one way or the other about it, for real.
Yeah, I think I'm a traditionalist in that role. Like, I understand the various reasons why, and I will say this: I have been engaged 3 times. I only married the woman that I proposed to. So I leave that at that.
Yeah.
Michael Smith said, "What's good? Hey, Mike.
What's up, Michael, bro?"
But Adrian said, "But if she got to propose, then he don't want her."
Agree. Thank you, Adrian.
I don't know.
Rashia said, "My granny said that a man knows in 1 year if he wants to marry a woman. A man know way before a year if a woman has to do it.
I agree, Jay.
Wants to marry her. Well, first of all, a man know before a year too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go on and put that out there. They can say what they want to say. They need time. It ain't about making a decision they want to marry you. I can tell you that, but that ain't what the decision is. Rick, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Rick, man?
Ain't no way, Mish. Ricky.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
a traditionalist, man. Like, I'm a traditional person.
Yeah, I get all of that.
Propose to me.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm not gonna get proposed to. I'm gonna do proposing myself. I'm just not gonna bash a woman and say, like, girl, you shouldn't be doing that. You weak and this and that. That's what you want to do, then do it. Like,
I don't know. It's y'all rate. Nala gonna do it. Nala gonna propose to y'all and officiate the wedding. She want her auntie bad. She's like, I know, but I was being nice about the timeline. No, that's too long. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You see what Booski said, Cordell?
Yes, I do see what she said.
Hints. Jay. Hints.
Crumb snatchers.
Mm-hmm. Look, Chanel say, I want a romantic one. Lord have mercy. Look,
Ricky said if a woman
proposes to a man, he should take her name. I said what I said.
Hey, that's fair.
I wanted to take on my wife's last name, but
I think that's fair too.
I wanted to take it on. I ain't even want this name. I was trying to get it back, but me and my wife talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was like, "No, I'm giving this name back." I said, "Oh, Mama, what you agree with? The last name?"
I don't know. She might be agreeing with Ricky. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that there's a difference in self-value between white women and black women, Meshia?
That's a good question. I think that over time, this is a hard subject to talk on. So are you asking if white women value themselves more than black women do?
I mean,
it just said self-value between white women versus black women. And I think that it has something to do with the proposal of men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't see the research. Is it more white women doing it or is it more black women doing it? I don't know. So I'm just going to cut that because it confused me. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to ask, do you think that there's a self-value difference between white women and black women?
I would say this. I do. God, Jay, this is a hard one. This is really tough.
We did ask.
And it's a hard question. I can't really answer this one. Because I'm just going based off of my opinion on what I think about myself, and what I'm seeing on social media.
Okay,
I will say that it's about an equal, like as far as showing self-value. I feel like since Black Lives Matter, women have embraced themselves. Black women, the color. You notice you see melanin popping. You seeing more Black women are being embraced because of their color. So I would say that we as Black women as a race are learning to love ourselves and value ourselves because of our color. So that's about all I really can say on this. You know, I talk on what I feel that I'm confident in talking on, but when it comes to this subject, it's just that was a toughie, Jay. What you think?
Well, Uncle, first before I answer,
what's up, Uncle?
Okay, what Marcus says. I want to see Uncle Marcus said, I believe there is.
Can I speak?
Elaborate, Marcus.
I believe there is, said Uncle Marcus, but hey, Uncle Marcus, goodness gracious. I couldn't get out. I was like, I believe, hey, Uncle. Tell your Uncle hey. Tell your Uncle hey, baby. Adrian said, I don't think there's a difference in value, but I don't feel like Black women are allowed to gas ourselves up without society trying to humble us. Let us be great. Let us be great. World. Black women are dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ricky said, I think Black women know how much it took to build self-value, and they are less likely to let someone else set their value.
That's a good point, Ricky, for real. It's a good point.
Well, that is a hard one when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think that there's a difference between self-value and assessment of value. So
okay.
Going to Adrian's point, I think that there are several women who do value themselves very high, but there is a societal pressure on that perception of value, which, how she was saying, will humble them. I think that that's what people contend with and then say that there is no value. Case in point, if we use Monique for an example, her attempt was to say that value is based on attire, but your value isn't based on attire. Your value is based on something that is intrinsic. External things don't determine one's value. She was placing value based on respectability that was really white adjacent to properness. So I feel people should dress this way, but just because a woman has on a bonnet or wear pajamas or wear slippers, that doesn't mean she has less value. The perception is she has less value. Now flip it. If a woman embraces her body and is dressed professionally, but her curves are just extremely noticeable, the same value is then assessed, saying she don't respect her body, she shouldn't dress like that. So I think that the problem is they may have the same level of self-value, but the assessment of value from a societal standpoint is not the same and has never been the same for Black women.
I agree.
Well, since you put it like that, Jay, I'm gonna have to agree with you. This was a really tough question. I have to agree with you. And since you talked, after you put it like that, I'm like, yeah, you got a good point, friend. But no, I have to agree with you, and I'm glad that we brought this up and you brought up the whole Monique thing, because I am a big firm believer that, and I didn't think as far as value because I don't always correlate image and value together. Does that make sense?
Right.
I just always believe that when you walk out your house, you should represent yourself, and the way that you represent yourself is what people are going to. You know, we were always taught your first. The first time you meet someone, the first impression is the lasting impression. So if you're walking out in your bonnet, you never know who you're going to run into. And people tend to judge you more off of what they see, and they don't even know you about who you are internally. But I was actually on the whole Monique bandwagon. I don't want to see nobody in bonnet and slippers out in the streets. I just honestly just do not want to see that. As meant to be worn at home. I won't even go check my mail in the bonnet. You know, I at least try to get myself together to go check my mailbox. You don't have to have it on a full face, but I have a certain, and this could be how I was raised. You know, I just have a certain way. Like when I go out, I just need to look a certain way, and it has nothing to do with value. It's just my perception of how I feel I should look when I'm going out. But you brought up a good point. I never thought about the whole value with that correlation and putting those two together.
Uncle Marcus said, I think the most visible images of Black women to Black women are on social media and in music. Black women are sexualized far more than their white counterparts. I definitely agree with that, but that's been the same way.
But the white women, hold on.
I was going to say, even on plantations, white women, Black women have always been seen as something sexual. They picking cotton, and the slave master wanted them dead. And I'm like, what is sexy about picking cotton?
Right.
There has always been, no matter what Black women do, because they do it better, there's always going to be somebody going to over-sexualize it. So if a woman embraces her sexuality, she's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if a woman tries to be modest, guess what? Somebody is still going to look at something and be like, yeah. I think it's a catch-22 being a black woman, to be honest.
Yeah.
What you about to say, Meshia? I'm sorry, bro.
But I just want to touch on what Uncle Marcus said. The white women want to be overly sexualized. Let's put a couple exclamation marks behind that. They want it. If you look at the music videos and you look at them now, everyone is, they're going to get BBLs.
Mm-hmm.
What's
small
BBLs?
waist,
Brazilian body lift.
Silicone to the hip.
Brazilian butt lift.
Brazilian butt lifts. Adding silicone to the hips.
Mm-hmm.
Getting lip injections.
Yeah.
They realize how we are naturally sexy. And they want that. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Thank you, Uncle Marcus.
Yeah.
We can move on.
I would agree.
She said we can move on. People lying even when they get caught in the lie.
Man, I think some people just be like, man, I done went this far with it. I gotta keep it going. And I also think that some people convince themselves of their own, I'll say lie in lieu of a better word, but some people convince themselves of their own lies. So they expect everybody else to believe it. And I think the root of that is some people, like my brother says all the time, there are some people who cannot and have not been honest with themselves ever. So they're not honest with anybody else either, because they're not even honest with themselves. And so they just buy into their own stuff. But
like the old folks say, a lie don't care who tell it, and it don't care who it uses.
Mm-hmm.
A lie just want to be told. Okay, going back, Uncle Marcus said, I think images give our young ladies the perception that they have to be sex kittens in order to be appreciated. I get where that, but the sad part is it's always been that way. Mm-hmm. Have we forgot about Josephine Baker?
Yeah.
She did a whole thing naked in bananas.
Yeah, I mean, sex has always been.
But why we always make it women adjacent though? Like sexuality is always a woman problem, but it's like the men are the ones getting aroused from it. And
also, no one ever talks about the men. Like I used the example of LL Cool J. LL Cool J spent his almost entire career with his shirt off.
Being a sex symbol.
Yep, and no one said nothing. He's been celebrated, and no one said, "LL, put your shirt on." LL, you giving these young men,
don't put it back on.
No one said,
"Stop licking your lips, L. Stop licking your lips."
No one says, no one says, LL, yo, you licking your lips. You're teaching our young boys the wrong thing. No one has ever said that. I've never heard anybody say that. So,
do you really think that young boys are looking to be sex symbols?
Yes.
Well, we're taught to be sexual.
Right.
Women are taught to be the object, meaning they're the object of prey. So men are taught, guess what? You need to perform and pursue sexual object.
Right.
But they don't ever look at men and subjectify men and say, you don't need to be a sexual object.
Right.
Like it's the man who determines what is sexual. It is the man who's really exploiting it, but they don't talk about that part.
Right.
But they will pimp out men all day long, trying to make them look sexy to pull all of this. Matter of fact, Usher talked about that. Like he was introduced to sex early as a kid.
Courtesy of Diddy.
But guess what? That doesn't get much play and that doesn't get much exposure. But as soon as a young girl does it, all of a sudden it's wrong.
Yeah, Boosie and his kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff you were saying about his kids. So, and in and not so much now, but back in the days of when Omarion was coming up with Chris Brown, the whole having a nice body and all that stuff, and as an R&B singer, like that was one of the things. And so we never talk about the male aspect of it. So like Jay said, sexuality is frequently, if not always, a woman's problem. But no, like what's on the other side of that aisle? We don't ever talk about that.
Right. And I think we have to start really talking about it, because when a woman attempts to control her own sexuality, she is mislabeled.
Right. Meg Thee Stallion is out here getting called a man and all this other stuff when all she's doing is living her life and embracing herself and the person that she wants to put out there as an artist.
While working on a degree.
Right. I think she got it already.
Her healthcare administration degree.
Yep.
And she's going to open up a healthcare facility. She used her body for something, and people still mad. And then why we always call a woman a man? I'll leave that alone because we said the same thing about Serena Williams.
Yep.
It's like we got to get out of that habit of demonizing and tearing down our women and then wonder why they have self-value issues.
Right.
Is this because we always are putting the blame on women for something?
Yep.
So if a woman is born, that's why I don't ever tell my kids, put on clothes, so-and-so coming over. If I have to question you, you don't need to come over to my house.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, those shorts too short. If those shorts are too short for who coming in my house, they don't need to be in my house.
Yeah. Don't
come. That's why I don't invite everybody over. And that's why people be like, we ain't never been to your house. You probably won't. Well, Uncle Mark say, this is a conversation that has many facets. Men and women both have part to play in how we look at each other. We want what we want, and there is always someone there to give you what you want for a price. I agree, Uncle Marcus.
Yeah, I do. Me too.
But back to this. I don't know why y'all be lying. Y'all be lying for no reason, and then you try to lie to cover up the lie. Why you just don't stop right there and say, I'm sorry? Like, just say, you know what, that was a bad lie. Or Reggie, I give you an invite anyway. All you're going to do is stop in Fayetteville. You won't come this far. See, I was petty. I was petty on purpose.
This is the thing. Learn to be honest and accountable.
I
always teach my kids, just be honest, because you got to continue. Especially, you're going to forget about what the lie you told.
Right.
You're going to get caught in a lie. Just be honest. It's so easy. Just practice it in life. It may not be what people want to hear, but just be honest.
And I'm going to tell you this. If I don't want to lie to you, I'm going to say, don't ask me that because I don't want to lie.
And you will say that.
Please don't ask me that.
I think that's a great point, bro. I think people also, instead of saying, telling a lie, they should really just practice saying, I don't want to tell you that, or I don't want to talk about that right now, or I'm not going to answer that.
Yep.
It just, even if the other person gets mad or whatever, that's their problem. But if someone is asking you something, or if you don't want to talk about it, then you don't want to talk about it. But don't make up something or lie and then be like, well, I was only saying that so you leave me alone. Or I was only saying that to save your feelings. Now you done create a bigger mess when you could just, just really say how you feel, just period. If you don't want to talk about it, then don't.
Yeah, because that lie that you telling, like, I'm going to tell you the one lie that I hate. It's a couple of them, though. Oh, but it's a couple of them. But this is my one. Like, I have a real close friend. She and I became friends. But the only reason why we became friends is because I was friends with her children's father. They separate. He stopped doing for the kids. I mean, the kids ain't have food, anything. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna let the kids starve. So over the years, she and I became friends because I'm looking out for kids that the father was like, well, if I ain't with the mama, forget the kids. So the lie he told was, I wanted his woman. I ain't want your woman. I want you to take care of your kids.
Right.
And so the reason why he ain't take care of his kids, you had other men taking care of your kids.
Like they heard completely now. He ain't even
like they ain't your kids.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I said: accountability.
Oh, here go another one. People get mad because they mistreat their supposedly friend, and you treat their friend like a friend. Oh, I'm supposed to be mad at them because you mad at them and you did them wrong.
Yeah.
They people mad at us not because they people mad at me not because I stuck up for Chanel.
Same.
Chanel is a great person and she didn't deserve what she got. And I said that and people get mad.
Yeah, well, there's
my Sora that's on.
Shay Perry, she's on here. But yeah, and to that, well, it's the same, bro. There's people mad at me for that as well. And also people mad at me for reconciling with my brother.
For you being friends with your friend.
Yeah. There's people mad at me for reconciling with my brother and having a conversation. Say that again, Misha?
I don't think I've ever gone through this.
You did, Meshia. You just cut it off. You remember when we worked together, people tried to come between us. Remember?
I mean, Jay, I don't do foolishness.
Meshia,
so
I know.
I feel like y'all are a specific liar because this subject has come up a few times.
No, seriously, I have a really good, mature set of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is beefing with someone else, they're not gonna. We all understand and respect, and we're adults to respect that whatever you guys had has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to sit down and have a conversation about you and that person. And to be honest with you, when your friends know you, they're not going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Meshia, you did an intervention with me, Meshia. That's not true. Meshia, you and Winona did an intervention with me.
Oh, you was in the call.
I was.
While you went did an intervention. So, like, again, that are pretty mature, but I do understand as far as what he says, like, if they're beefing with someone or whatever, but I don't get caught up in that, and please don't try to pull me in it because then your feelings will get hurt.
Yeah.
My wife says she don't deal with that foolishness either.
I know, Lita. I ain't got time. We got 13, 14-year-olds with drama. Why would I deal with adult drama?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I be trying to tell these people. Like, and they think my cutoff game is man, my wife cutoff game is like, it's like on 3,000. Hers is so smooth, you won't even know you cut off.
Mm-hmm.
You be calling and texting, and my wife done moved on. It'll be like 2 or 3 years later. You gonna realize
really is Lita.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. So, and I agree with you, Meshia. Like,
that is her. Simple
conversations can solve a lot of the strife and division that people, quote unquote, are going through. It's a simple conversation, but some folks would rather just, to preserve their ego, whatever. They rather just lie or do whatever to just make it seem like it's whatever, just to make themselves feel better.
Right, and be out here just telling lies for no reason. Like, I don't understand. Well, the reason, like Adrian said, that there's so many people that make up lies, like, about even people who do good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll just make a lie like, oh, they got a motive. We ain't got no motive. We got a whole organization with a mission statement and a vision statement. That's our motive. Well, why they doing that? Why they being kind? If you go to loveisapparable.com, it'll tell you why we being kind and what we believe. Mm-hmm. Well, he shouldn't be telling people this because of blah, blah, blah. If you go to loveisapparable.com /thoughts and passions and read any of the articles, we'll tell you why we feel that way.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, well, why are they doing this, and that? If you go to loveisapparable.com /media and look at any of the videos, you'll see why we do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's like people are always trying to catch you in a lie, but they don't want to tell them the lie because our stuff is out there. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't do blah, blah, blah. Google me. If you Google me, it'll be there. Like,
yeah.
I ain't got nothing to lie about. At this point, I can't lie. I'll show up in your algorithms too much.
Word.
Let's go on to the next one, Miss Meshia. You ready?
I am.
Why most of your support come from people you don't know rather than the ones you do know? Y'all done lost Miss Meshia. She done left the building.
We gotta give her a minute.
You're so shady, Jay.
This came up.
I have good supportive friends, so I don't know. I can't talk about it on this subject.
Yeah, I will say that the people that are in my network are very supportive. And I mean, I do understand why some people say that, but I'll also say that some people, I believe it was Bro who said that just because people are connected to you don't mean they have to be supporters and or clients, customers, whatever. They don't, that you can't, I don't think you can put that on people, shackle them to that. I know too many people who on my timeline too, who are just like, well, I wish my friends supported me, or my friends, if I do something, my friends should support, or they should talk about it too. Why? That I think that's a little bit too much pressure to put on people that are connected to you. But yeah, it's like you said, Meshia, like all the people that know me are supportive in my passions and my purpose.
And understand what support is. Supporters doesn't mean, like with me being a makeup artist, that they have to sit in my chair all the time.
Right.
It could be, words of encouragement. It could be, helping me with my kids or whatever. It could be anything. Or maybe even sharing a post. It doesn't always necessarily have to be monetary or someone sitting in my chair, anything like that. Support comes in all different forms. So I just think that I've been blessed to have a great support of friends in my circle. So
well, I had to learn this because when we think about support, a lot of times we do think about financial support. When it dawned on me, I do agree with Meshia a lot. I need my friends to be my friends, not my customers.
Right.
Even though it will be great and a bonus if some of them can be your customers, but for the most part, there is a moment where you do want to retreat from your business. And if everybody is in your business, meaning if everything is love is a parable 24/7, where do I retreat? If everybody is always looking for something from me, it's no longer a friendship. It becomes a client consumer relationship, and that's not fun.
It's a transaction.
And I think that when we talk about support, back to Meshia's point, identify the type of support you want.
Right.
Identify the type of people that you believe can give you that support and talk to them about it. Okay? Meshia is an entrepreneur. She is a very good friend. But does she watch Brother Empowerment every night? No. But if I tell Meshia you ain't been on, she's like, friend, I know. She'll come in, watch it, and share it. And she'll even say, tell me what I need to do, and I do it. I have several friends like that, but the assumption was, they should know. But no, everybody doesn't know marketing. They don't know what the algorithms is. There are people who are watching the show right now who are not clicking the video because they don't know how that works. So you got to tell them. There are people who are watching who don't comment. They don't know what that means. So we have to show people what to do to be supportive. And you want people that you don't know to support your business because that's how your business gonna grow.
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's 7 billion people in this world. I might know a good
1,000.
Anyway, I don't know 7 billion people. Look, it's at least 6 billion people I don't know. And those 6 billion people, if they come together and support Love is a Parable, we'll be through the roof. I think we need to stop taxing our village to be our financial support, our crutch, our marketing, and all of that, and just let the people be. And some of the people you don't want representing your brand.
Factual.
I got some friends that barely graduated high school. You think I want them to write something on our behalf?
Hey, there's some people that we worked into before who we wouldn't want them to come near the brand.
I even have asked them, I'm like, you good? No, they're like, how can we? You are helping being who you are. Like, let people be who they are. Some people are great. Like, if I need to just let loose, I have a whole diverse palette of friends. I want people that I can let loose and I can retreat to. I don't need everybody trying to be a business partner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see.
I totally agree. And just to say this too, it's times where I think we had this conversation this morning. Even with my clients, I don't make friends with my clients. I don't, because that's a whole different, I feel like it's another responsibility that I'm just not ready for. So when you sit in my chair, we'll have wonderful conversations, but outside of that chair, it just, I just don't open up that door. I don't mix business with friendships.
Yeah, I agree.
Sean said people are more jealous of people they know. Rashia said the crabs in the bucket mentality. And Adrian said, I disagree. Why wouldn't? I disagree. Why wouldn't you support your friends? I'm going to promote my friends and family like I'm on payroll every time, simply because I'm proud. Now, to her point, I will say this, which I do love about Adrian and her husband. They are subscription donors and they do support Love is a Parable. And I do appreciate that. But I will say that there is a thin line. Like with the expectation, we got to find that balance because some people are not, like my own wife who started this organization. She's not a marketer and she's not on social media like that. asking her to do things that she normally doesn't do only creates more strain.
Yep.
Allow her to be proficient in the area that she's proficient in. And that's about knowing your people.
Yeah.
Knowing your people and knowing who can help you and who can do stuff best. That's why when Meshia put on the Love is a Parable shirt, she be sexualizing it. But I ain't mad because my friend.
Yeah, because I had to cut it down in the middle and everything. Yeah. Because
we changed how. Look, we have redefined what it means to be 40.
I will say that. And to your point, Jay, my mom is.
Sister.
Hey, Tara. Hey, big sis. My mom is not a social media person. So, like to Jay's point, to expect my mom to get on social media and share our stuff and do us now, she'll go on there when she's on social media and like a whole bunch of stuff and comment.
She has days.
Yeah, but respect her to be on there every week. That would be disingenuous on my part because one, that would be like Jay said, putting undue pressure and strain on our relationship by getting her to do stuff that's out of her comfort zone or pushing her to do stuff that she doesn't normally do.
And then say you don't support me. It's like, baby, that just ain't in me.
Yeah.
It's like it's unnecessary. Tadal, what's going on?
What's up, Tadal, man?
He's another one that supports us. He's a local DJ up here and promoter. Mm-hmm. And every time he's on the show, on his show, Meshia, he says something positive about Love is a Parable.
Yep.
So I appreciate that. Tara said, agreed. My best friends were rarely seen at the studio. They weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
Those that want to help can. It's not a requirement. If I need anything handled specifically, they would.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we got time for one more question. One more comment. Y'all ready? Oh, this is about to take us out. Nas had to pay child support for his daughter who was 18 years old.
No, it was a source of contention because his daughter, who is the oldest child, the 18-year-old, or she's 18, more older than 18 now, but they were saying that, you know, it was reported that her mother was in hard times, and they were saying that over the course of her, as she was growing up, she received $8 million in child support during the course of, their daughter's life, and it was the question was, the topic was, what has she been doing that she's now in dire straits, and should Nas do something about it because his child is grown now? You know, should he be helping or that kind of thing?
All right, let me go ahead and jump in on this topic. You have, and I've seen a lot of this, Cordell and Jay, where, social media, where we've read where these women have gotten large sums of money. And I think there was something with Lamar's Odom's ex-wife, asking for back child support because she's overspent or she's broke. I'm never going to sit there and say these women did a meal ticket, but pretty much they had a meal ticket. And at some point, common sense should have rubbed off in the head that this money was going to stop. Because at 18, they're not really financially responsible to take care of that child. Not unless if that's something that the man wants to do. I just feel like these women were living their wonderful lives. They were living lavishly, blew that money, and wasn't financially responsible with the money that they received. And now they are here looking stupid. I'll be honest with you. If I blew $8 million, I'll be secretly not letting nobody know that I blew $8 million because that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. But society, social media make us think that we need to have all of these lavishing things and live outside of our means because we're too busy trying to keep up with what we see on social media. But no, I don't think he should be responsible. Now, if his daughter picks up the phone and said, Daddy, I need this, I need that, then his responsibility to the child, not to the mother. So she need to figure it out. Let's move on.
I guess I'm on the fence about it for several different reasons. I came from a single parent home. You see what I'm saying? And there are other things. We're looking at $8 million, but let's be honest, all of us are thousandaires. So we've never had that much money in our possession personally right now. So our perception on a lot of money is relative and based on our current situation. The other thing is when we talk about hard times, we don't know what their hard times are.
Correct.
Like their hard times are like, oh Lord, I'm 1,000 now. What am I gonna do for the next 30 years? But sometimes parents do need assistance because taking care of a child and taking care of children is more than just what people think it is. Like that allotment of money is good. It seemed like a lot. Yeah, that's fine. But there are other things that happen that also need to be taken care of. So even if the child has money, that means you mean to tell me that you're okay with the child living in an unsafe environment as long as they have money. I mean, the child got money, the child gonna eat, but what if the mama can't take them? I know people hate that, but it's a lot of people out there that do vengeful things to the parents of their children, and you really are sowing discord and malice into the heart of the children. And that's why you have parents be like, I paid my child support, I did this, and the children still resent them because you sold more than just money into their lives. You sold discourse, and you don't think about that stuff. And I get tired of people saying, oh, it's a lot of money. You don't know what people's dynamics are. A lot of money to you may be a little bit of money to somebody else. That's why it's homeless people that would love to have our little $20. And I think that sometimes we get caught up in the amount of money, and there are a lot of people that are not good parents, that who only think, oh, I provide by taking care, by giving money. That's my provide. That is not nurturing. That is not developing. And there are other things that are needed in the household outside of the money. And I think that sometimes we're too quick to say stuff, and we're coming from a damaged place, and we don't say it enough. Okay.
Well, I mean, you bring a good point, but this thing says $8 million in child support for an 18+ child.
It's $8 million over.
For 18 years or older. I do believe that it should be more than just money, because you know that the child needs more than just money. But we don't really know what his relationship is like with his daughter. Agreed. All we know is that we don't know where the $8 million went. And everything that you said makes absolute sense. I have friends till this day who are, either divorced or got child support. And I'm telling you right now, I have 2 good friends. They get child support for their children. And guess where it goes? Straight into the child savings account. Straight there. It doesn't go to pay a bill in their house. None of that. It automatically goes, whether it's $500, $600, $700, $800, it goes into an account for that child, because that's what the money is for. So regardless if it's $8 million or $8,000, at some point, if you got a total of $8 million in child support, how you living? Because I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I think that his responsibility should be to the child and not to the mother. That's just my opinion.
But I think that we discredit that the responsibility is also to the parents. I hate when people say that you can't separate it. When you mistreat the parent of your child for whatever reason, you are mistreating that child.
Jay, how is that?
Hold on. Let me get the comment, then I'm going to let you go off. Let me get the comments, then I'm going to let you go. I promise. A father's responsibility is to the kids. End of discussion. Your baby mama is not your responsibility.
Thank you.
He can help his child directly, but $8 million, and mama don't have business, no investments, no annuities, nothing. She can live in an alley as far as I care. At 18 years old, me and my child will discuss money issues by ourselves. Baby mama is not eliminated at 18 years. Baby mama is not eliminated at 18 years of age. What Jay said, it seems crazy to me, but I don't live in that world. Uncle Marcus said, nope, 8 million is 8 million. She got nothing. My daughter could come live with me. And Adrian supported that. And then Ricky said that if it's unsafe, if it's unsafe space, my kid can live with me. A lot of times the money is specified where it must go, receipts included. Certain schools has to look and kept a certain way, etc. That is true, meaning she's saying that when they separate the lifestyle, part of the agreement is the lifestyle has to maintain. And so sometimes when they're saying where's the money is going to maintaining a lifestyle that is legally binding. The other thing that people don't realize is 18 doesn't mean you're an adult necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a child is still a child until they're 26 if they haven't been married and if they don't have a child, if they haven't been into the military. Mm-hmm. So if your 18-year-old decides to go to college, whether you agree with it or not, they are still a dependent of their parents' household. And that's the part people don't understand. And so it's bigger than that. 18 is relative. 18 doesn't mean that we are an adult. It's a lot of things we don't know, and we continue to damage people in the process. And that's why it's a lot of damaged adults. Miss, you was about to say something, though, before all that.
The comments, people in the comments said everything I was going to say. His responsibility is to the child and not to the parent. And it doesn't mean that he's eliminating her as a mother. It doesn't mean any of that. It's his responsibility is to the child. They are not together. They're not together. I don't even think Nas had married this woman. He just had a baby with her. So why should I be entitled to support your lifestyle? Girl, bye. Support that child. I'm like, somebody said in the comments, you come stay with me. My house is open.
Yeah, people say that though, Misha, but I'm gonna put this out there. There are a lot of damaging people who come with these mentalities, and you and I had conversations about this offline. You're not the average woman, and you know that I'll go split a rock for you. You got
several stars in heaven.
But
you got so many crowns in your stars in your crown.
But people take on these mentalities, and a lot of times it's really coming from a place, well, it happened to me, I wanted it to happen to the other people. And it wasn't healthy. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of people don't even know how to. It's a lot of people that don't get along with the people that they divorced or separated with.
Yeah.
There are people that are literally not talking to people that they're doing it, and their children need them, and they're not there for their children because of their feelings with their parent. Mm-hmm. I think that the money is just another excuse. The bigger thing is, why wouldn't you want to give the money if you have it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If Nas ain't had the money, and if Nas got a problem with it, then that's a bigger thing. But us giving a say on it, like, I commend any man that is taking care of his household and making sure that there is a sense of consistency. On the flip side, I do know several men that look out for the parents and the children.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes we can have,
If there's a friendship, like let's say they're genuinely friends.
They don't know how to be friends because people think divorce means over. I'd be like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, let's say it's a real, because I have seen two parents co-parent and they're super cool with each other. They both have remarried and all of them they're cohesively working together, raise a child. I can see it in that instance, but if the relationship is just not there and, a child just came out of it, at the end of the day, Jay, I'm going to say his responsibility is to the child and not to the mother. But if God put it in his heart to say, hey, I'm going to look out for you, I'm going to provide a place for you, I'm going to do these things to help you get on your feet, then do it. But he's not responsible to do that. That's not his responsibility.
Yeah.
Sorry, friend.
I everybody is, well, I guess we can do the comments first.
You're fine. Ricky said, I get what you're saying about caring about your child's other parent, but that doesn't mean you should take care of that person fully. Exactly. Parents' finances still work against the grown child, especially for college. Responsible or not, parents don't get to quit at 18, kick them out or not. Aiden said, I'm confused what's happening to her. She had access to $8 million. No, it was $8 million in child support, not $8 million to the
it was
mama.
It was $8 million in child support over the course of their daughter's entire life.
So we based the argument
Let me put my calculator.
The math is that is the math. Meshia, it's
like how much would you get a month?
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, he can use an opportunity to give her money. Meshia, so look at her. Make it count as a charitable contribution. Deduct the percent from the adjusted gross income. I'm just a thousandaire, but I got my $100 house at the end of the day.
So
me too. It's a Nissan. I got a niece.
So and I have adopted a stance of really a lot of this stuff I don't talk about or even comment on social media because like Jay was saying, you were saying too much. We don't know all of the dynamics of what's going on, and we don't know just all of what's taking place. Just like we don't know what has happened in her life and what's going on. We don't know if, on the flip side, if he came to her and said, "Hey, look, you may want to use the money this way," or he may have tried to help her and say, "Hey, I want to do this," and she may have just mismanaged the blessing or whatever. We don't know. So that's one reason why I don't speak on it, at least on social media. And I do think that everybody made great points. He doesn't have a responsibility to her per se, but to Jay's point, I do understand if he did go the extra mile to help her because of what it would mean to their daughter. Now, his daughter, from what I understand, is fine. She's got she's in Hollywood doing whatever, and she's good based on what I've read. She's too well taken care of. And as far as her mom, I don't know what dire straits she's in, but I just heard that it's kind of something that she doesn't really have a lot of money. She shouldn't have a stable environment to call home or whatever. So, but yeah, like we don't know those things. And I agree that he doesn't have responsibility to her, but I do understand how it would look to his daughter per se, or their daughter, if he's like, you grown, I ain't got nothing to say or do about her. I understand how she would be like, well, dang, like that is my mom, so there's a lot of things at play. And I think that when these headlines come out, people are too quick to take one stance of it, or like Jay said, come from a damaging position and just go there and not even welcome new arguments, new information.
Yeah, it's $8 million in total.
Mm-hmm.
He was paying $8,000 a month in child support, Meshia.
Okay.
He was paying $8,000.
Oh, I had done the math. I did the math.
Yeah, no, I had to go look it up too. And so the point is, it's kind of the point that everybody was proving is that child support went where it was supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
It went towards the child.
Mm-hmm.
So the point everybody was proving is it did happen that way.
Yeah.
But she's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is, like, are you not going to look at this? That's my problem. Saying that it's only to the child is a lie. That's the biggest lie from the pits of hell. And parents have tried to do this. Parents have tried to do this, and there's been a constant strain between parents and children because parents think that you can circumvent another parent and only see about a child when that is part of a child's life.
Right.
How you treat my mama is part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't realize that, and they wonder why you don't have healthy relationships. You have taught them how to disrespect women,
mm-hmm.
disrespect their mother, and not have healthy relationships. And this is why people think when they argue, a relationship is over.
Mm.
They have never seen y'all get along because the one major argument they seen, it led to divorce, and y'all are still beefing 18, 20 years later. So it's idiotic to say that a parent is not part of a child's dynamic. And if you want a parent to suffer or not look out for a parent, you don't care about that child. I'm just tired of people acting like that stuff don't exist. Mm-hmm. And how do we know that? For one, we're in healthcare and we have several people that are in therapy right now because of that one dynamic right there.
Mm-hmm.
That one raggedy dynamic where people sit there and think, well, I did good by my child, but you disrespected the mother the whole 18 years.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't lay down. You want to talk about responsible. If you're responsible to lay down with a person, it's two things you got to think about. Am I willing to die for this person, or am I willing to share the rest of my life with this person?
Yeah.
Die, meaning am I willing to catch an STD from them? Willing to share the rest of my life with them? If you create a child, you stuck with them for the rest of your life. I don't care how you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it peaceful or you can make it hell, but it is what it is. She said, no, what I'm saying is once she turned 18, it should no longer go to the mom and go to the child. Yeah, I don't have no problem with that either.
Well, this is what I wanted to say.
The daughter is living her life good. She's not helping mama either. Maybe she is. Not my world.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, the mom is Khalees.
No, they have a son. Carmen is the daughter's
Khalees
mom.
has a son with him.
No, but the one I read
That
is
girl
about
was
Khalees.
before
That's
Khalees.
what mentioned 8 million. See, 1,000 per year. No, it's also listed 8 million.
Yeah, Khalees is not.
Their son is
doesn't have a
not
daughter
18.
But their oldest
No,
one,
their son.
how is she?
She's over 18.
Right, that's where the source of contingency is coming from.
That don't even make sense to me.
It
No,
makes sense.
that doesn't make sense.
But well, that's how they
Khalees
add up to the 8
got
million.
a son. But
Think
this
what?
is what I wanted to say.
Yes, ma'am.
$8,000 a month. At some point, I grew up in a single parent home where my mom raised 3 kids by herself, working 2 and 3 jobs. And at the end of the day, you have to figure out how to make a life for yourself. She was living off of that money because it's now she's not getting it. I'm living hard. So now I question, was the $8,000 going towards the child, or were you living comfortably off of a child? Because at the end of the day, when you have this child and he's giving you child support, you still got to live.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to provide a roof over her head.
Right.
You still gotta live. So when you got that $8,000, I'll be honest with you, homegirl was at home eating bonbons and chilling and wearing Yves Saint Laurent and Chanel and everything else that you see everybody else wearing, and not using it to make to use it to get to the next level. Like, and now she's stuck. So I'm gonna just be honest, like real to you. No, I don't feel sorry for her. Because $8,000 a month, there are some people can't even get that. There's some people getting $25, $200 a month. You got $8,000 a month? Hell, you could have done $4,000 in a savings account for your child and possibly live and stack the other $4,000 and had a job instead of sitting at home like you a celebrity, just because Nas is your baby daddy.
Well, let's go on record too. She didn't say she's doing bad either. She just asked she requested a different amount.
Yeah, I didn't.
She just requested more money. But my whole thing is, again, going back to what I originally said, it's not about feeling sorry, but I want to stress the point that it's often overlooked. You can't ignore the parent and only focus on a child, especially you can't do it. Mm-hmm. And people feel like you can, and all it does is make a bigger headache. And you have people that ain't talking to each other over something stupid. Wow, not the ragged environment. That's an interesting point, though. Oh, he better help Milkshake. No, all mamas, if you help it. Ricky said, I agree. She had to be living off of the money, too. No problem with the mom using that to support herself as well. Y'all, you know what, though? But this proves my point, though. We do this to women. Mm-hmm. She the one. That's why I didn't feel sorry for Soleil either. Mm-hmm. I mean, I felt like she deserved everything. She quit her career. Mm-hmm. Why? She was at home having these kids and taking care of these kids. Mm-hmm. And we'll never even talk about that. We expect the woman, she's mature enough to have them and take care of them. How does she live off? She did put out music. Yeah. She put out a cookbook and put out a cooking show. All she did was request more money, and now she under fire. Mm-hmm. I just think that sometimes we do too much. We do too much, and we just talked about how Black women are perceived, but as soon as a Black woman say, no, I feel like I deserve this, like, no, you got this, you don't deserve that. No, we can't do that.
But Jay, why wait until this is the thing?
No, she just because they were in. Oh, go ahead. I would have opened a nightclub called
$8,000 a month. It's almost like you waited until she was 18 to say, oh, I need more money. You didn't realize that 10 years ago you needed more money?
No, they've been Meshia, they've been on court since they've been going back and forth since they had the divorce. Yeah, this been going on for a long time. Nas and Khalees.
I thought the story was about Nas and Carmen, his daughter's mom. So it's about Nas and Khalees. Yeah, they have been going to court for a long time.
Yeah, because she feel like Tina Turner, you owe me. She like, you done beat me, you done did all of it. It's just too much in that one. But Meshia, we're gonna have to bring you back so we can finish this one. I missed you so much, friend.
Yeah, it was great to have you on. This is round 3, ain't it?
I don't know no more. Meshia, how many times you been on this show?
This the hat trick.
No, I think it's 4. This is round 4.
Ooh, okay.
She said you better give her ring.
Yeah.
Meshia, positive brother, shout out.
my crown on.
Yeah, them braids are fire too.
They all right.
Don't hate Jay.
A little bit.
Just give me my flowers.
No, I ain't giving you no flowers. I give you thorns.
I just told you that your hair looked amazing and that Cordell's girl.
Meshia, I tell you gorgeous every freaking day. What do you want from me? I tell you gorgeous. You don't need this man to validate you. I validate you.
Let us prop up and assess her value. Stop being like that, Jay.
She don't need your assessment. I'm joking. Meshia, who you got for Positive Brothers shout out?
I had a feeling you was gonna put me on the spot.
Girl, you've been on the 4 times.
Especially to Jay and Cordell. You guys are doing an amazing job with Love is a Parable. I definitely want to shout you guys out. I give a shout out to my nephew who is graduating tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome.
Venturing off to college in the fall. A huge shout out to my husband, who is pushing through every day. He said when I came home and told him I had to get ready real quick for Love is a Parable, he said, I'm tired of sharing you with Jay. I said, I completely understand. I said, but I got to go do the show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him to keep my name out his mouth if I come down there.
He's talking about, I got to share you with your friends. You come home, I still got to share you with Jay.
Well, I told you that, Meshia. I told you he was going to say that. She get these new friends.
Hey, she was egging it on too. Cause she like, well, I got to go.
I'm irreplaceable, Meshia.
You are. We glued to the hip for life, baby.
So that's it. You done with your Positive Brother?
Yeah, that's it. I can't think of nobody else. There you go.
You ready, bro?
Yeah, just
time on Ricky.
Oh shoot, man, that's messed up. Well, first and foremost, gotta shout out my brother Jay, man, just because, man, you know, we about to after we go on a little hiatus, we're gonna be back for season 3 of Brother Empowerment. Like, it's really been that long. Like, we literally are in season 3. So I definitely want to shout out my brother Jay just because it's been dope. And every Thursday, it's like I'm on autopilot. All right, gotta work. All right, going to do the show. Like, it's literally like the day is already planned. People are asking me about stuff. Don't call me. Don't ask me to do nothing. I gotta go. I'm gonna go do my thing, my Thursday thing to lift my week up. So I definitely want to shout out Jay because I love him for real. And I want to shout out all the brothers that were on tonight with us. You know, of course, Sean, Ricky, Rick, Uncle Marcus, Tadao. I want to shout out all y'all brothers for real, man. Y'all are definitely Positive Brothers, and we appreciate y'all support in whatever way you give it. So we appreciate y'all for real. And I also just want to shout out. Be quiet, man. I just want to shout out all the brothers that are having conversations and mending relationships, man. Just because sometimes that's all it takes is a simple conversation. Leave the ego at the door and have a conversation. That's all I got. I can't stand you, man.
I'm gonna shout out all the liars who still trying to lie.
Oh man. Woo-hoo.
Let me stop. I am. Rick said he turned it off so I could take as much time I want to. But no, bro, I tell you, I appreciate you all the time. He should have kept it on. He's not loyal. But I tell you all the time, man, I literally couldn't do it. I'm looking forward actually to the break.
Yes.
But what makes this break so different, and Meshia, what makes this opportunity different than anyone else, any other break we've taken before, we're finally getting our true supporters.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally getting our true collaborators. We're finally getting our true networkers. So I'm looking forward to taking this time out to spend time with those who truly care about us individually and the mission and the vision of Love is a Parable. That's what I'm most excited about. So we can all come back refreshed and recharged. And I'm excited about all the brothers that are helping us to do that. Like Ricky, who cussed me out today. Keon, Ahmed.
Yep.
We had Ishad on last week. Yep. We had Alex on last week. Lonnie, my little brothers, Mike and Tremel. And then Leroy, the list goes on and on. Sean.
Yep.
There's so many of you guys who help us do this. And I'm looking so forward to refreshing and coming back and hitting them with something they wasn't even expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them, I appreciate all of you brothers for making this possible and giving me the strength to make it to next week.
Yep, last show of the season.
Yes, yes. Meshia, I'm always so happy to have you on.
Me too.
You are my friend. Yeah, I can't wait. Meshia should have her own talk show, but
yes, you should, Meshia, and we need to be the first guest. Yep, and when you do, we need to be the first guest.
Meshia, you like the real life version of Sandra. Y'all, ain't she Sandra for 227? You like the 2021 version of Sandra from 227.
You have always said that I act like Sandra from 227.
You like, hey, friend.
He told me that when before I first met you. Yep.
I'm just very dainty. I cuss for bed. I cuss for bed. Sandra didn't cuss.
I actually like that about you, Meshia.
Meshia, it's the 80s. She couldn't cuss like she wanted to.
What happened in 2000, Sandra?
Well, Meshia, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Look, Ricky said it.
Mm-hmm.
He said Sandra too.
Yep. Well, I'm going to let you go. Meshia, you can go on and stay on. Everybody else, you know, if you feel that, I got to tell y'all, make sure y'all tune in. There's still a networking event for Manifest on tomorrow.
Yep.
And then Saturday, we're having a Juneteenth celebration.
Yep.
So you definitely don't want to miss this show. You don't want to miss it. You want to register.
Yep.
Also know that we are now enrolling for love advocacy training. Go to loveisapparable.com and let us know what preferred dates you want to start. If you want to get ahead of it, you can go pick up the training manuals.
Yes,
we are not only on Amazon, but Barnes and Nobles as well.
We live.
Don't forget to tune in to the Brother Empowerment podcast.
We on Anchor and a whole bunch of different places. If you don't want to see us, you can listen.
Right. And if you feel that no one else in this world loves you, care about you, appreciate you, you just met 3 people that do. And we'll see y'all next week.
See y'all later.
No matter what they say.